Here's the thing. You know how businesses hire SEO experts to get their website to the top of Google? Those experts don't just make the websites prettier. They look at everything.
The content, the technical performance, the competition, and they build a strategy around the whole picture. That's what our team at RevWhisper does for your Airbnb.
Your listing could be perfect, but if nobody sees it, it doesn't matter. You're leaving thousands of dollars on the table every year.
I'm Spencer Shaffron. This is my brother Alex.
Our team owns and operates 10 micro resorts across 6 states in the US. We're not tech guys who built a product for an industry we never worked in. We're hosts. We operate properties.
Here's what most hosts don't realize. There are 3 things that determine how much money your Airbnb makes, and most hosts are only managing one of them, if that.
First and most important, where do you show up in search? Airbnb is a short-term rentals Google. Every time a guest looks for a place to stay, Airbnb decides what listings get shown and booked and which ones don't. If you're on page 1, you get booked. If you're on page 4, most guests don't even know you exist. And Airbnb doesn't even tell you where you rank. It's completely invisible.
Second, how your property is priced. Most hosts either price too high and lose bookings, or price too low and leave thousands on the table. And it's not a set it and forget it thing. The right price changes every single day based on seasonality, day of week, local events, what your competitors are doing. Managing that yourself is a full-time job. And if you're not doing it, you're losing money in both directions.
Third, how your listing actually looks and reads. Your photos, your titles, your description, your amenity tags, these aren't just cosmetic. They directly affect whether a guest who clicks on your listing actually books. If your photos don't sell the experience, they bounce. And when they bounce, the algorithm notices. Your conversion rate drops, your ranking drops, and you get less views. We call it the spin cycle, and it compounds.
So these 3 things, ranking, listing quality, and pricing, they're all interconnected. If you only fix one, you're still losing money on the other 2. Most hosts only try to fix one piece at a time. They sign up for a dynamic pricing tool, but nobody's managing it day to day.
And it doesn't help if your listing's buried on page 5 and nobody sees it anyway. They hire a photographer, but the photos aren't sequenced for conversions, and they don't highlight the things that actually drive bookings in your specific market. They rewrite the description, but the algorithm cares about 20 other factors they haven't even touched.
Maybe they hire a property manager, but most property managers aren't looking at search ranking data. They're not running pricing analytics.
They're treating the symptoms, not the disease. They're not running a diagnostic. Here's the thing. You know how businesses hire SEO experts to get their website to the top of Google? Those experts don't just make the websites prettier. They look at everything.
The content, the technical performance, the competition, and they build a strategy around the whole picture. That's what our team at RevWhisper does for your Airbnb.
The best part is, you don't have to learn anything. You don't have to log into a dashboard. You don't have to figure it out. We do it for you.
We'll give you a real example. One of our own properties, one of our places in Clearwater, Florida, we call the Villa. Love this property. Great location, amazing reviews, incredible photos. It was doing okay, but we knew it should be doing better.
We were booked about 19 days in a month, and we could see properties nearby that weren't as nice as ours, booked nearly every day in a month. And we couldn't figure out what they were doing that we weren't. So when we built RevWhisper, that was one of the first properties we put through our system. First thing we found, it was buried on page 5 of the search.
Page 5. Guests in Clearwater were searching for exactly what our property had to offer, but nobody could even find it. Second, our pricing was off. We were too high during the slow weeknights and too low during the heavy demand weekends. We were basically leaving money on the table in both directions and didn't even realize it. Third, our photos. They were good photos, but the order was wrong. Our hero shot was an interior shot when the real selling point for this property is the exterior backyard. And we had amenities that weren't even being highlighted in the listing itself.
3 problems, our property, and we had no idea. Our team went in and fixed all 3. We restructured the pricing and managed it day by day. We resequenced the photos, led with the outdoor space, and man did we get results. As the conversion rate climbed, the ranking followed. Within a few weeks, it was on page 1, guest favorite. What do you know? Now it consistently ranks #1 in its market.
Our occupancy went from 19 nights in a month to 28. And on top of that, our average nightly rate jumped 15%. When you add it all up, that's close to $27,000 in additional revenue.
From our own property. And we thought we were doing fine beforehand. That's when we knew this wasn't just working. It was working on a level we didn't even expect. So here's what RevWhisper actually is.
We're not a software. We're not a tool you log into. We're a done-for-you service. You hand us your listing, and our team goes to work. In one sentence, we manage your pricing, optimize your listing and photos, and track your search ranking. with one goal: make you more money and turn your property into a top performer in your market.